Alright, looks like some of my shortcut keys have been messed up here in OBS. I'll have a look at that later. Let's hope everything else is working. I have reinstalled. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I reinstalled Delete last night. I had a little bit of a funny issue with the 2.4 update, where I think I ended up with 2 installs. So I believe I've gotten that cleared up. Wasn't really a huge issue, but I want to have 2 copies of everything. Alright, open galaxy map. Open galaxy map.
Opening galaxy map.
There we go. Alright, let's have a look and see where we are. So this is where we're going. Tracheo AA-AH2. Let's see how far that is. It's only 150 jumps. Or 157. Not a big deal. Might as well get started. It's gonna be a long trip. We still got like 8 days to get back. The question is, I don't even know if I have the SOL permit on this. It's easy enough to check, really. Yeah, SOL system permit. Alright, we're gonna take a look at what's in here. So yeah, we're gonna be a little bit careful with what we're stopped to scan for. It's very time consuming to scan everything without any real expectation that it's gonna be worth anything. You gotta put that on top. Alright, so what is it? 516? Alright, we're gonna have a quick look at these two closest planets. This first one is with or inside the habitable zone, so it should be a terraforming candidate. I love those terraforming candidates. There's no name on the system, so this is a first discovery. The other star is not too far away. Yeah, it's a candidate for terraforming, alright. And that looks like a water world. There is a smaller star. We don't know how far out these guys are. So we'll check it out. That is a water world. Not a terraforming candidate though. Alright, we're gonna scan the star first because we can scan that from an extreme range. We'll get some information on the habitable zone. We can then see if there's any chance that the planets are inside that zone. They don't list the ranges from the sun they are orbiting. They just list them from distance from your entry point. Which doesn't really help you much. Yeah, it's not gonna take us half an hour to get there. It'll only be a couple of minutes, if even. This star is smaller than I thought. I mean, it does look like a red dwarf, so it isn't gonna be much. But hopefully those innermost planets are close enough to be in the habitable zone. We can maybe get another terraforming candidate in here. Sort of feels like we're not getting any closer. Alright, so here goes the scanner. Alright, the numbers we came up with was 88 to 172. 86 to 172, that's pretty darn close. see. This is the innermost one. Alright, so let's see, what is our distance to the... So it's 100 and... Alright, so I guess technically this one could have been in the zone. Let's check out the next one. No. That one. It's not always not always straightforward with what's terraforming candidate and what's not. Target next system.
Destination set.
Alright, I'm gonna jump into the next one. Alright, so there's nothing here. We'll put a name on the star and then move on. Target next system.
Next system targeted.
Alright, we got fuel.
Frameshift drive charging.
I wonder if we should do it the other way around. We'll honk, scoop, and then we'll have a look and see if it's worth looking at. Of course, it is difficult not knowing. That's too far away. That's not. Okay. We're gonna have a look at this little guy. Then we'll check out the sun. It's over there. Alright, the habitable zone here is 190 to 380. This one seems to be right in the zone. We'll have a look at this one first. The next one out, 387 is 7 light seconds outside. That's damn close. But this one is our most likely candidate here. But that's a no. A little strange. That one was right in the zone, but it looks very hot. Alright, not much there either. Target next system.
Destination set.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, we're gonna get moving to the next one. Things did get cut short a little bit on Friday. I'm having trouble connecting to the server. Which was unfortunate, but that is life sometimes.
Fuel scooping complete.
We're gonna have a look here and see what it says for ranges here. That first two binary planetary system there was way outside. Target next system. Target next system.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'll just move on. Can't really see the nebula we're heading for yet. Probably more due to
Fuel scooping.
light pollution than anything else. We need to go a few hundred light seconds away from the sun in order for the light to dim enough so we can get a better view of the universe around us. So let's head out this way for a little bit. We'll see if the nebula we're heading for is gonna show itself. There's the one there over on our left. I don't really think that's our destination though. Of course we might be zigzagging a little bit, and then there's of course ups and downs. But we are pretty far away, so maybe it's too early.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, let's do some speed jumping here.
Fuel scooping.
Alright, so there's nothing here. Gotta get in here to scoop a little bit. There we go.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, let's bring that down to 140 and we'll have a look and see what's going on. Got a little bit of a sniffle. It is getting to be fall here. Cold in the mornings. Unseasonably warm during the day. Yeah, I think these two objects are just the sun, so
Fuel scooping
yeah.
complete.
Not really much to look at here. Not really passing up a lot of money either doing it this way. There's just there's very little money in scanning suns. There is some stuff here. Ah, but these guys are too far away.
Frameshift drive charging.
We are now, hold on, 13,000 light years away from our own solar system. Alright, I see planetary orbits. Okay. That's all right.
Drive charging.
Okay.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
We're going a little bit unnecessarily close to the planet here. That is strange. I will check that out later.
Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, we're gonna get to 140 and then we'll see if we can spot it. That's still quite some distance away though.
4, 3, 2, 1. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
I still think the mapping for that is wrong, but I can't seem to figure out how to turn it off or change it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, it is what it is.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, so 2 more jumps, then we'll take a little breather.
3, 2, fuel scooping.
So even though we're not heading directly towards the bubble right now, we are still inching closer and closer. Alright, so we're gonna head over here and then we'll take a breather. Check and see if we can see where we're going. It's 140 times 50. That's pretty far. So 140. 14,000. What's the half of 14,000? 7,000? Quick math. 140 times 50 is the same as 140 times 100 divided by 2. 140 times 100 is 1400 times 10. It's 14,000. Divided by 2 is 7,000. So I estimate 7,000 light years. Let's see how my estimations are. Okay, let's see. There we go. Ooh, I'm way off. Well, not really. I'm was 1,300 light years off, but that's still way off. Why so little? So it's 140 jumps at 50 light years each. It's 7,000. 140 jumps at 51 light years each is longer. But how come it's shorter? Huh. That's weird.
Frameshift drive charging.
You would have thought I wouldn't hit 5,000 until I got really close to 100 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
Huh. Because 5,700 divided by 140 jumps, that adds up to 40.7 light years on average per jump. And I thought we would do even more than that. Alright, so the difference probably comes from
Disengaged.
the 5,700 is in a straight line between where I am and where I'm going. We're not flying in a straight line. We're zigzagging. We're zigzagging a little bit. Alright, I want to try this. Alright, so I can't do that. It won't let me do that. There are not enough stars. That failed. And that failed. Alright. That did not fail. But that's a long detour. So we're not doing that. Well. Alright, so this should be the shortest we can do. And we cut it by 13 jumps. By including all those stars.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we might be seeing less Earth-like planets. We haven't seen any anyways in like, it feels like years. I can't think of a single one where we've actually found an Earth-like planet. We found some terraforming candidates, but honestly, nothing to write home about. Sad but true, I don't recall if the garbage truck came by or not, but I gotta open the window anyway. Ouch. Okay. Garbage truck has usually been here by now. May have swung by while I was very busy with something else this morning.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
So our objective is just to get over to that just get over to that nebula, and then we'll turn our noses home for the bubble. We're gonna sell off what little exploration data we actually have. Spent a lot of time last week trying to get some exploration data, but it was rather skimpy. Good afternoon. No, that's not what I wanted. Welcome back. We're just trying to hurry it along a little bit here. Lost out on most of the distance on Friday due to server connectivity issues. So we're a little bit behind schedule. And I don't know, I'm not having much luck finding anything, so
Frameshift drive charging.
We're just jumping along here. It's very busy here.
Fuel scooping complete.
Usually with that many objects, there's a lot of moons, which means a lot of gas giants. Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, that's a very bright star. I haven't seen any of those in a while.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Let's see, 13, 2, 12, 3. Alright, so we're like 1,000 light years closer to a home already, although we haven't really been heading directly in that direction. It's more of a roundabout way to get home.
Fuel scooping.
It's a little tricky scooping these small stars.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
That's one of the reasons why I normally don't like including the M-class stars. When I travel, most of them are, they're very, very common. So you'll be routed through a lot of them, and there isn't much to find around any of them.
Fuel scooping complete.
But since we're not really looking at this point, might as well take the shortest route. Which is gonna go through a number of M-class stars. Just want to see if we can get a glimpse of where we're going, but I don't think so.
Frameshift drive charging.
Still too far away. I guess the advantage with those M-class stars is it's easy to get out of. They're fast to jump past. Because their radius is smaller. And also less gravity, I guess. There's they're quicker to escape from, and they're cooler, so you don't overheat too much, so you can engage your frameshift drive a lot sooner. Engage FSD. Still works.
Scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, there really isn't much to find in these Class M star systems. Yeah, I'm a little, my nose is a little bit stuffed up, so I'm not sure if it's the Thargoid flu or something less severe. Hopefully I'll live. I'm also very tired. A dog kept me up. Well, it didn't keep me up, but it woke me up several times overnight, so that's not exactly fun. Alright, did we find anything here? No, we did not find anything here. Just,
Frameshift drive charging.
same old, same old. Alright, we'll just drift off down this way.
Frameshift drive charging.
It is a little strange how sometimes EDSM are updating data live and other times it is not.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
So I think today's goal should be to get within 10,000 light years of Sol. It's not a long ways to get there. There's about 2,000 light years left. But we're not going in a straight line towards it right now, so we're not really getting maximum benefits out of that.
Frameshift drive charging.
We're jumping well, I guess I could calculate the angle, but I don't wanna.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
That's a short jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh! That looks like EDSM crashed. Nah, EDSM was just busy. Alright, so the previous jump was 51.6 light years.
Fuel scooping complete.
But we only got 40 light years closer to Earth.
Frameshift drive charging.
So it's we're a few degrees off on the route.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of stuff going on right now. There's like no planets to look at. There's nothing. I will get down to 100. I think that might be the nebula we're going for. A little bit. A little bit like 10 o'clock up there. We'll see where it ends up now. Alright, let's go. We're gonna fill up the tank. Alright, so there is a nebula showing up at about 11 o'clock there, I guess. I'm pointing right at it. I believe that is our destination.
Frameshift drive charging.
It's this is the first PC to human virus infection.
Frameshift drive charging.
That would be bad. That would be very, very bad. Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I hope that's gonna spread throughout the rest of the community as well. I know that historically Thargoids have been bad, but right now we're the aggressor. We're the one who attacking them on site. So I mean, all but one of my encounters have been with the how should I put it? The less hostile faction. And I've had a few encounters. I don't know. So I think it's probably bad that we are doing this kind of just senseless killing. I haven't kept up on what kind of stuff we've been getting from the community goals. It doesn't really matter too much out here. And I'm going to Beagle Point next, so it won't really matter much for that trip either. For the PlayStation Commander, it probably does matter more. I don't know how much time I'm gonna have to invest into getting to Beagle Point on schedule. So based on that, we're gonna have to figure out how much time I'm gonna get with the PC versus the PS4 for Elite Dangerous. I'm also thoroughly enjoying Gran Turismo Sport right now, so I'm gonna have to do that, as well as XCOM 2, so yeah, it's a busy schedule. Alright, we're past 100. That's great. How are we doing on our distance to home? 11,468 light years to home. It's difficult to fathom that kind of distance. And then when you think of Beagle Point being 6 times further, at over 60,000 light years, like 65,000 and change. That's gonna be a hell of a trip.
Frameshift drive charging.
Good morning, Dr. Floyd. Welcome to the stream. We're heading from Colonia back to the bubble. via some nebula over here.
Fuel scooping.
Which is just a random waypoint really on our way home. Homeward, I should say.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Wow, yeah. I had to turn in 333 for my PS4 commander to get to Elite. So I'm not sure exactly what the criteria is.
Fuel scooping.
I think
Fuel scoop
I think there's a weight to what you're scanning and how you're scanning. It's not just based on the value itself.
Frameshift drive charging.
So it may have something to do with the different types of scans where the simple honk is worth, not only are you getting very little money for it, but I think it's worth next to nothing as well for the exploration data. So even if you have a few million just of is it called class 1 scans? I'm not sure what it is. We'll have a look in a second.
Fuel scooping complete.
Alright, so exploration. Alright, so there's level 1, level 2, and level 3 scans. I think level 1 is just honks. Level 2 is scans, actual surface scans of bodies, and level 3 is with the advanced, with a detailed surface scanner. And the level 1 scans, I think, even if you are getting a few hundred credits for all the stuff, and even if you have 3,000 of those, it does add up to some money, but it's probably not counting much towards your explorer rank at all. Level 3 scans gives you the most money, but it also probably gives you a lot more towards your explorer rank. But again, it also I also think it depends a lot on what it is you're scanning. So it's not, I don't think it's just about the money, because then it would have been 315 million like people say it is, but clearly it isn't. Yeah, but I mean, at this level, it's difficult to kind of figure that out. Because first of all, selling one planet isn't going to give you any it isn't going to make any progress on your ranking at this point, at least not that is visible to you. So you sort of have to try and figure that out way down in the ranks, where you can see the effect of, you know, selling one single planet. I don't even know if you can sell one single planet. You have to sell a whole system, don't you?
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I know. And if you're with what's his name, Rui, for power play, then you get more money for your scans. But I don't know if that helps you any with the goal towards elite. So I mean that I'm not really working on the elite ranking right now. I mean, yeah, am I selling the stuff I get, and will it advance my ranking? Yes, it will. But I mean, I'm not actively chasing stuff for that purpose. If I was, I wouldn't be in all these Class M systems. Kind of wondering if this is a... No, not really. Still looks so far. Looks like we haven't gotten any closer at all. I mean, I know that's not true. And we are inching closer to home as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing that cherry picking too. You know, I have a list of, you know, what is it? Like the top 6 high-paying bodies, and you know, that's that's what I focus my scanning on. There really isn't much point in scanning anything else. I don't know if there is a full system bonus. There really should be. But again, you'd only really know if you find two systems that are nearly identical, and then you know, scan one and fully and the other one not, and then see if you can compare. But again, there's so many factors involved in estimating the value of the planets.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Well, at least this one is a class K. Hopefully we can find something of use in here. Alright, so there's a high number of objects. There's at least 2 suns in here that I can see. So this could be a little mix of everything. I don't remember the ranges for the K class. That's an M, right? Is that an M? Yeah, that's an M.
Frameshift drive charging.
Huh.
Frameshift drive charging.
We'll see if we can find something to scan. Alright, so I'm not seeing any planets on my scanner. That probably means that they are around the other sun and far away. or it's all asteroid belts. It's pretty far away.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, I didn't know I was actually doing that, but...
Fuel scooping.
Oh yeah, there's nothing in here. Seems like I'm going down like a desert road here. There is nothing. I'm finding nothing.
Frameshift drive charging.
But I don't want to turn the M class off because that's gonna make my trip longer.
4, 3, 2.
And I don't really want that right now. It would be nice to find a system with just a few planets in it. But no.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Well, I have plenty of time to scan systems when we're heading out to Beagle Point. We can
Fuel scooping.
work on the elite ranking then. I'll get my spreadsheet up and going. Get the fast scan going. That will certainly help.
Frameshift drive charging.
Still need more arsenic for the fast scan. I still only have 3, so...
4, 3, 2.
I'd really like to see more more chances of getting a good roll on the fast scan. Alright, 20 objects. Around a little red star. Gas giants.
Frameshift drive charging.
Hello.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, lots of stuff in here. Everything is hiding far, far away.
Drive charging.
I wonder when we're gonna get into the trachea sector. It would be cool if you could have some sort of idea of how big that sector was.
Frameshift drive charging.
One more red dwarf. Everything here is undiscovered as well.
Fuel sweeping. Fuel sweep disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
That's a good question. Let's see. Felicity has the detail surface scanner. The fast scan. Fast scan grade 3.
Fuel sweeping. Fuel sweeping complete.
Yeah, it will give you a scan rate reduction of 30 to 60%. Adaptive encryptors. There's a lot of engineers though. Lei Chung, Hiratani, Juri Ishmak, Bill Turner, and Laurie Jameson. Do all the way up to grade 5. Not really sure why I'm looking for the arsenic for that. I don't have. Let's see, what is that? That is material. Refined focus crystals. Okay, I have that. But I don't have the adaptive encryptors capture. I have to figure out where to get that from. But that's can find it in USSs, it says.
Drive charging.
Alright, let's check this one out. Alright, so you can get it from surface scans. So doing that at Quinn's seems to be an idea. I don't want to do surface scans, so I want to see satellites and private data beacons.
Frameshift drive charging.
Seems to be a source of those. Private data beacons. Alright, so degraded and encoded emissions, USSs. Not finding any of that out here though, so not to worry.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, we're getting close to the 10,000 limit for proximity to the Sol. That's not a hard limit, that's just our kind of soft target. I want to get past that, but I do want to get to the nebula. That's an absolute today.
Fuel scooping.
So yeah, I was just reading up a little bit on the
Fuel scooping.
adaptive, what's it called? Adaptive encryptors capture. The very rare data,
Frameshift drive charging.
and you can get it from satellites and private data beacons. Where do you find satellites? Go away with the ads.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Alright, here's a small little system. We'll take a minute to scan it. We'll start with the sun. We'll see what we get out of it. Hello again. All right, 52 to 104. All of these are outside, way outside. Now we already have a full tank, so scooping again isn't particularly useful. But yeah, if you can manage to get a 50% reduction in your scan, then that would be awesome. I'm gonna have to import my log file into Inara and figure out what I got. That was a little too close. Cycle fire group. Cycle fire group. Cycle fire group. All right. That was too fast. Okay, I did actually get it scanned, so that's good.
Cannot comply. Frameshift drive charging.
I was trying to duck under it, but too late. Alright. Let's not do that again. It doesn't hurt anything else other than the hull, does it? It does bang up stuff. Although this could have been from overheating at some other point. I wonder if there is a way of finding Earth-like planets in EDDB. Bodies. System reserve. System is populated, yes. Planet type, Earth-like, yes. Okay. Reference system. Sol. Find bodies. Yeah. All right. But yeah, there's a whole bunch. So around the around an Earth-like planet, you can find satellites. You just gotta fly around until a USS shows up, and then select next. Target next system. Target next system.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, so in EDDB you can just select planet type, Earth-like world, and populate it, and it will give you 1102 bodies. If you pick Sol as a reference system, you'll get all the ones in the bubble.
View skipping. Disengaged.
Cycle fire group. Now, if you select a not and near, where am I? Pray. AES CS. XD. All right. All right. So hold on. SCS. It's kind of back where we came from. I'm looking for Earth-like planets out here. And of course they'll already have to be discovered. But they're far away from where I'm at.
Frameshift drive charging.
So I'm curious now.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay. I'm curious now. Let's see. If I look for try KO SCP D622. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do now. Try KO D14-3. That's our new destination. Gonna bookmark it. And then I'm gonna go to bookmarks. And I'm gonna delete that one.
Frameshift drive charging.
There should be an Earth-like world there, so obviously it has been discovered. I wonder if we can do other water worlds. Yes. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them around here. Well, not around here, but around there.
Fuel scooping.
So we can look at that when we get there. I know we're not gonna get first.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
But that doesn't really matter.
Frameshift drive charging.
Although it's a 50% bonus. Let's see.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Probably yes. I think I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. C14. Okay, here we go. C14-3. 3. All right. Yeah, I think think what you do is figure out how far you're gonna go on a day, right? And then you can use EDDB to find a system near there with an Earth-like planet or a water world. And then you set that as your destination. And then you look for other Earth-like worlds or water worlds around that destination. And I just did that for here. And there's a good chunk. There's 50 inside of a 250 light year radius. So you can cherry pick the ones with multiples. But yeah, you are of course dependent on other people having found them before you, so you won't get the first bonus. But for instance, our new target system, the Tracheo NUC C14-3, has an Earth-like world. So that's cool. And then 17 light years away, there's a system with the 2 water worlds. And then 41 light years away, there's a system with 3 water worlds. So, that certainly makes it easier to find them. But again, it's I don't know. I mean, you can pick. It doesn't track if they are terraforming candidates or not. It kind of does take a little bit of the guesswork out of it, but
Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging.
but it takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. We got 60 jumps to go. I think we're just gonna put the pedal to the metal and the foot to the floor here and see what we get. Certainly would help if I engage the frameshift drive.
Frameshift drive charging.
I sit back from the screen a little bit to have a more chill posture. Take my glasses off, and as soon as I take my glasses off, the phone buzzes with a message. It's been quiet all morning. It's kind of typical. Yeah, the downside with the Anaconda is the high cost, but that's true for all of the largest ships. Luckily for an Explorer build, the cost isn't very high. It is that pesky frameshift drive which is expensive. But that's pretty much it. Everything else is relatively cheap. A combat build is expensive. Because with combat comes high power requirements for shields and weapons, and with high power requirement comes a expensive big power plant and power distributor.
Frameshift drive charging.
see what else is very expensive. Yeah, the hull upgrades are expensive. The reinforced alloys is not the worst, but price-wise,
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
it's pretty amazing though that they managed to fix up your hull in like 10 seconds. Yeah, it's gonna be more like 400,000. Sorry, 400 million when you get to a full full military build. Oh, so I guess the reason I want to get under 10,000 to home is so I can plot it in a single go.
Fuel scooping complete.
No, there's often no intent to use it in combat. But you just have to remember that other people don't really care what your intent is. They're gonna come after you anyways. So if you are anywhere within 400 light years of the bubble, somebody's gonna try and interdict you at some point. So you have to sort of be ready for that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Well, if you have decent thrusters and a decent power distributor, you should be able to use boost to evade any attack if you can't evade the interdiction.
Fuel scooping complete.
And then
Frameshift drive.
I guess just work your way up with stronger shields and stronger hull until you get to where you want to be. My understanding is that point defense only fires at missiles. It doesn't fire at ships.
Fuel scooping.
Uh,
Fuel scooping.
so it doesn't actually. I don't think it fires on ships. I've never noticed mine doing that.
Frameshift drive charging.
So unless you're attacked by missiles, they're pretty useless. Um,
4, 3, 2.
I have seen mine getting used in a conflict zone, but not a whole lot outside of that.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Open navigation.
Opening navigation panel.
Alright, we got 53 more jumps. Okay, we are now under 10,000 light years from Sol. And we are getting closer to our targets.
Complete.
Open navigation.
Opening navigation panel.
Frameshift drive
Got
charging.
52 more jumps. And it's 10:30. Uh, 50 jumps is about an hour.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
The Anaconda that I got on the PS4 has one point defense, and it does fire occasionally.
Fuel scooping.
It does fire at those little Thargoid drones.
Fuel scooping complete.
I believe,
Frameshift drive charging.
but that seems to be the only ship. And it might be firing at fighter ships too. I don't know. I don't recall having been attacked by any other small fighters. I'm sure I have. I just don't recall if the point defense would have been shooting at it or not. When I see them, I usually just take them out with my laser beams. or beam laser.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
There are some shorter jumps here.
Fuel scooping.
It's a shame we can't get the full 50 light year
Complete.
range on every jump, but yeah, I think it definitely does have its use. It's not that, it's just
Drive charging.
yeah, I guess if it does take out some missiles, that will minimize the damage to your shields, which is always a good thing.
Fuel scooping. Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
How are we doing here? I don't know what I clicked. 47. Oh, probably wasn't anything dangerous.
Fuel scooping.
So it is a rather long jump session today. It will be a little bit shorter the rest of the week. We'll have a little bit more time.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
But I think we're still gonna be speeding through a lot of this to get back home. I don't really have any plans for upgrading the Anaconda much for the next trip. There isn't much I can do to improve jump range. And there isn't much I can do that will hurt my jump range either, so I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. So we're just gonna repair it.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
And move along. one thing that would be interesting to look at when those there's always passenger that wants to get out here, you know, in the middle of nowhere and look at something. So I assume there is like a visitor beacon placed out in some of these systems, otherwise I'm not sure how they would know that you've been there.
Frameshift drive charging.
So I wonder if there is any way to find those other than sitting and looking through, you know, a million passenger missions and writing them all down.
Fuel scoping. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to take like a quick little 2-minute break here. I'll be back. I'll be back in a flash.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, we got a few more jumps to go. Oh, great. We've been invaded by this bug. It's called a stink bug. And,
Fuel scooping complete.
well, if you happen to crush it because you want to kill it, it stinks. And there's one flying around in my room here. I don't know where it is right now. But I think it landed on my face just a minute ago, which is why I kind of freaked out and made a lot of noise. They're 1.7 centimeters, it says. Widespread in Europe. Alright, what can we do to get rid of it?
Fuel scooping. Frameshift drive charging.
Let's
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, baited traps.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Kind of sucks when you get the accidental introduction of an invasive species. Alright, that was an unusually long jump.
Fuel scooping.
I hope that's not a sign that the network is
Fuel scooping complete.
suffering here.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yep, there we go. And we'll try again. We'll see if we had the same problem today as we had on. Alright, well, we got back on. Friday we started getting this. Would have taken unusually long to. Unusually long to the jumps. Honking and scanning planets didn't really do much. And this looks like it might be the end. Yeah, I was planning on recording. All right. I was planning on recording a new episode of XCOM after this. I am I'm heading towards a system in a nebula Tricheo AA-A what's it, H2, is that what it's called? I can't look it up because the game doesn't load. Alright. I'm gonna say this looks rather fatal. We did not get to where we were going. I was hoping to get there. We could check out those 3 systems we found in there with Earth-like planets in it, or water worlds. We could have scanned those, but doesn't look like we're gonna get there. Right now, it doesn't look like anything's happening. Twitter. No, nothing there. I'm gonna yell at them nicely. Oh, there we are. And there we're not. Alright. Another thing that seems to be broken is OBS. I'm gonna try and just restart the game and see what happens. Well, that's frustrating. Oh, you didn't need to see that, but alright. At least the password wasn't in clear text. Connection status, missing required field. Alright. Well, I guess that means it's game over. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna take a break, get some food and tea for my Thargoid flu. And then I'm gonna record an episode of XCOM. Hopefully get that up by tomorrow morning. But for Elite Dangerous, it's game over. Hope to see you again tomorrow. All right, and have a great day. Bye.